Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. A bit of a funny story, this is actually my second attempt recording this episode, because just as I started recording, a minute or so ago, an Amber Alert went off on my phone. Not even a real Amber Alert, just a test of the system, and so well, first of all, it scared the hell out of me, and second of all, I was like, we're not doing an episode where there's sound of an alarm going off in the background. That is a bit too real. So I had to restart. Luckily, I didn't actually do anything. I just walked around a little bit and talked about stuff. Speaking of stuff to talk about, last episode we got some important stuff done. We ascended the Mesmerist and the Mermaid. And it was a good time. A good time was had by all. We now have ascended every single class that is in the game right now. If you don't believe me, well, let's go take a look. As you can see, every single one of them have stars next to them, which indicates that you have successfully ascended them. And so we are done, at least for now. Because I do believe more specializations are coming in the upcoming updates, but when they come, we will ascend them, no problem, because we have a very good setup for it. As we learned over the last couple episodes, the fermented hops party that we've built, the improved version of this party, is good against almost every single one of these gods, the exceptions being a Gonfurian, because of his weird, like, you can't directly do anything, you gotta debuff him through all sorts of indirect ways, and we don't really do that with our party, so we had to switch to the Universal Get of the Gods party for that, and also for Aeolian, just because of his weird immunities, and I'm too lazy to put the morph spells on my current creatures. So that's one thing. Other than that, I think we're just gonna take it a little bit easy, you know, because we got the Ascensions done last episode. I don't want to, like, do anything too mentally, you know, stressful in this episode. I just want to go around, get some stuff done. Next episode, though, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a few minutes to go through what are the remaining achievements and just sort of take stock at, okay, what remains to be done and how long it's going to take, which ones are the really annoying things, which ones are going to require off-screen grinding. And I'll, in between episodes, also think on it and make some notes. And then we'll also kind of just go through the different achievement types one by one, and we'll see what it's looking like for us. You know, let me just take a look at my projects. I'm doing a hunt, I'm doing everything else. I think we are ready to dive in. Alright, let's roll ourselves a nice bonus. 350 is gonna be good enough. Let's take it to a random realm. And let's get this done. I'm recording this episode. 3 Pumpkin Kings. That's kind of egregious. 2 Netherstones. That's kind of egregious. Kind of extreme. 249. We're gonna have to get rid of that. Let's talk to Genros. We've already done it. I've already forgotten. All right. I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Oh, what was I talking about? Well, if it's important, I'll remember it. If it's not important, then you know what? Then it'll be forever lost to the pages of history, unless, of course, somebody watching the video points out, hey, What about this one thing that you started talking about but then didn't finish? Alright, we've got a trait netherstone, and the trait is called color shift. Let's take a look at it. Is this any good? No. Nope, nope. I don't like stuff that does random shit. Because that is not a good way to run a build in just about any game. You don't want random stuff happening. You want to be in control. You want things happening that you know are doing what you need them to do. We do need to fight this treasure golem. So it's a sad day for him, but a fortunate day, a fortuitous day for us, because somewhere in this realm is a treasure golem. We gotta find this joker and take him down. Alright. Oh, we're getting lots of duplicate cards, which I don't mind. Any card we... The fuck? Whatever. Don't care. Any card we find is just free stats. And even stats that on the surface seem useless, that we're not really using, like, I don't know, we don't really need attack, we don't really need, you know, intelligence or speed, but there are spells and traits which allow you to take certain stats and siphon them into other stats. And so nothing in this game is truly useless, given the sheer amount of different synergies that there are, different interactions. Well, I'm not really in the mood for fighting this champion creature. I will fight this brutal creature, though. Are we done? We're done fighting candle enemies, so no, nothing really to worry about there. We do need to actually finish the realm quest, though. That's a bit of an issue. But yeah, so I'm recording this episode a little bit before going to work. It's one of those days where it's a very late start to the workday, so I've got to go in for a few hours at 4 p.m. and I just, you know, nice late start to the day. I got through my workout. That was fun. You know, I always feel nice and refreshed after a good workout. And now we gotta just... I mean, we don't have to, but I felt like playing, so we're gonna do a quick Siralim episode, and I'm just gonna enjoy the sights and sounds of the game and get a few little things done, and just overall have a good time. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, we've got to destroy 249. Get out of here. Let me also take a look. Are there any nether stones that I've neglected? Because sometimes I forget to destroy them and then they keep piling up. The low level ones, yes. I know, I still haven't taken care of them, but we'll wait. We'll wait a little bit. Do we care about nether portals? We don't. Ooh, very smoky realm. Ooh, a lot of chests with nothing useful. Okay. Well, at least it's a bit of a progress towards the open 50,000 chests achievement. Alright. Oh, is this I think this is an extra traits realm. Yeah, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks big time. Ooh, I almost didn't notice this Pando shrine because of how dark it was, how it was blending against the grayish background, plus the smoke in front of it. Very sneaky. Alright. Do you want to summon some nemesis creatures. They could end up being protected, in which case I'll be sad. But you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Vengeance seems fine. Please stop, thank you. Please stop, thank you. Alright, we gotta find a master. We gotta find a dumpling. We gotta... Please stop, dude. And we just gotta leave this realm because it's starting to get on my nerves a little bit. Let's hit some of this stuff. Easy. Easy. Yoink. Nothing there. We also have to find the nether boss, of course. That is the objective. Easy. Easy does it. Please stop. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. There's the master. Pandora? I was trying to see who the Pandora was fused with, because that was a really lovely, lovely dark blue color. I couldn't get a good look, but maybe we, if you pause it, you can take a look. But whatever it was, really, really cool looking fusion. There you are, Madeira. Please stop. Please stop, please. I know it's weird, but it's over now. Another terrible nether stone. Okay. And a pilgrimage ready to hand in. Keyforge ready to hand in. Alright. Things are looking up. Are we ready to just go? I think we're ready to... Well, let's take you out. Oh, there's a riddle dwarf. Again. A little bit easier to see because, you know, very bright. We don't actually need to answer any riddle dwarf questions, though. I'm not even going to bother. Because it wastes time. I know people are going to be... This is going to trigger a lot of people, but I'm sort of in the mindset right now where anything, unless I absolutely need to do it, I'm gonna just not do it, right? Like with these clocks, I shouldn't even have interacted with the first one, because it's a way of getting extra favor. Oh god, speaking of things that waste your time. Oh my fucking god, dude. Extra traits, chance to resist damage, protected. Yeah, we want to avoid situations like that, where we're just sitting in the same event for like 10 seconds. Alright, boys, let's just go. These are worth doing because you get really good loot out of them. You get 2 chests with a good amount of loot in them. If we were still hunting for cards, that would be a pretty good way of raising your odds of finding them. We still need to find a master, so we're not quite done with this realm. I am, however, quite done with the annoying shenanigans of the creatures in the realm, the combination of the realm properties and their own nonsense. Alright, boys, let's just... move on through the theme of this episode was supposed to be kicking back and relaxing. And overall, it does feel that way, but some of these realms are really testing my resolve. You are gonna be our 7th win against the Effigy Master. Alright, that's pretty cool. Right. Another Pando Shrine. I don't think we need any more of them, but I'll talk to you. Ah, man. Why couldn't you have summoned a dumpling, man? Why could you not have summoned me a dumpling? Right, we're done with this realm, basically. And let's just, I don't know, smash a couple more things. And let's move on to... Well, let's first go home, hand in a couple projects, start a couple new ones. What do we need to do? We're already doing this. We're already you know what? We are in danger of not getting this dumpling, so let's spend a few make a few trips into the Arachnid Nest. Try and get a dumpling to spawn out of the green slime pools. And if we get any more, okay, we're gonna have to destroy that. If we get any more favor ranks, it'll just be extra loot bonus for us. Alright. I'd like to get that dumpling just out of the way. So there should be 3 green pools, each of them with a 5% chance of spawning a dumpling, I do believe. And if we do the math, the odds of us getting a dumpling are they are 1 minus 0.95 cubed. And the reason, man, I don't want to fight a trash bro. The reason it's 1 minus 0.95 cubed is you can do it a different way, but the way you should be thinking of it is, what are the odds that none of them spawn any dumplings? They each have a 95% chance of not spawning a dumpling, and the odds that all 3 of them will fail to spawn a dumpling, assuming that they're all independent events, is just 0.95 multiplied by 0.95 multiplied by 0.95, because you're asking what are the odds that this 95% likelihood event is going to happen 3 times in a row. And I don't know off the top of my head what the cube of 0.95 is. I can just do it on my calculator on my phone. Let me just do it pretty quick. 0.95. Let's go into scientific notation and do a x to the power of y into 3.857. So approximately 86%. That means there's about a 14% chance of getting a dumpling to spawn from these pools, assuming there are only 3 of them. So pretty low chance, but higher than I think. It raises your chances of finding a dumpling compared to just the odds of finding it purely from the realm. So we'll just test our luck a little bit. We didn't get anything from these 2. Now there's only 1 left. And now it is purely a 5% chance because there is only 1 left. But we gotta find it first. What happens if we don't find it? Ooh, competent gladiator. 4. Nothing there. Okay. Well, that sucks. But we only had a 14% chance. We knew the odds weren't gonna be great. And let's just take a bit of a glance through the realm, because it's possible that a dumpling... Whoa, dude! We did it! Hang on, am I thought it was the green pools that spawned dumplings. Am I... Hang on. Spider Shines, Nemesis, Treasure Golem spawn chance, 5% chance of Ichor to spawn a dumpling. Did the other things also spawn, like have a chance of spawning a dumpling? Oh yeah, this is one that you unlock very early on. The cocoons also have a 5% chance to spawn a dumpling. And there are 3 cocoons. So there are 3 cocoons and 3 Ichor pools. And if each of them have a 5% chance, now we gotta do the math again. Because now it's not 0.95 cubed, it's 0.95 to the power of 6. So let me just close these brackets, just because it's annoying me a little bit. So 0.95 to the power of 6 is 0.735. So 73.5% chance of none of them spawning a dumpling. Which means about a 26.5% chance of spawning a dumpling. That's 1 in 4. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. And it paid out for us just in the nick of time. Exploring the rest of the realm was indeed the right call, and as we can watch these dozens of spiders skittering down the screen, we can safely go back to random realms for the rest of this episode, and the arachnophobes can breathe a sigh of relief because the spiders are gone, at least for now. Right, what are we doing in this realm? Nothing. We're silenced, but of course our mimics are immune to being silenced, so or they're resistant to being silenced, so we don't really care that much. What do we need to do? All we need to do is 5 missions and a hunt mission. Alright. Let's just quickly say hi to Xantai. Hi, Xantai. Bye, Xantai. Some more duplicate cards seem fine to me. Alright. Do you have any traits on you? We do have 1 trait, and only 1 trait. Infested with ants. We'd be paying 1,000,000 crystal. I wish there was a way to tell, do you already have another stone with this trait on it? But I'll do it. We probably won't need it. That's a lot of... Considering that we have only 211 million, which seems like a lot, but that's an entire 1,000,000 that's just gone. Okay, so we gotta destroy 201, and then we bought this. Deals damage to random enemies at 30% of its lowest stat 3 times. That seems kind of weak, dude, not gonna lie. I'd rather stay away from those protected enemies if at all I have anything to say about it. Oh, I gotta destroy this too. Alright, dude. Let's go up and around. I'll fight you, but I don't mind. I'm not gonna bother talking to any of the riddle dwarves. We have way too many riddle dwarf like tickets for the riddle dwarf games. Like they really are piling up way too high. So it isn't just about saving time, it's also just like we genuinely don't need that thing anymore. Like we just don't need it, right? We just don't need it. It's like bending down to pick up a penny from the ground, but then you realize that pennies aren't in circulation, so they aren't valid currency anymore. Oh wait, hang on. Did you see what I see? It's I thought I recognized that goofy looking hat. It's the Construct Master. How you doing, buddy? Always a pleasure to see you, my man. I don't know what the deal is with these guys. Oh, right, they had a Nephilim in their party. And we're also getting... Just by being in the Arachnid Nest, you get free Riddle Dwarf game tickets from the giant slot machines. Ooh, we're getting lots of duplicate cards, which I absolutely do not mind. Alright. Are we done with this realm? I reckon we are, unless we somehow haven't completed the main quest we have. So let's just hit the exit. I guess we'll get a few tickets. And we'll go to a new realm. And it's our first fight against Jotun. $350 is going to be good enough. We'll take that into a random realm. Yes, we can hit a few of these guys. Extra traits? Maybe we do actually want to avoid damage. But you gotta remember, this is Jotun. Just don't put him at the top of the timeline. Anything else is fair game, especially things that only give him defensive bonuses. I wonder, like, is there some way to legitimately kill Jotun? Is there some glitch or some interaction that allows you to bypass his super armor? Because I know you can use Metamorphosis to set his health to a random number, and you know, sometimes it'll be a really low number, but I'll take the debuffs. I probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, in fact, I'm instantly regretting it. Ah, God, okay. Well, we have Greater Dispel on our Mimics, right? As one of the top 5 spells, yeah. Well, we'll see. But there's a good chance that some of our Mimics are gonna lose their turns because of the 7 debuffs, which essentially means that there's a good chance you'll be snared or like sleeping or something else. frozen, maybe. There's a whole bunch of debuffs that'll just randomly cause you to lose your turn. And there's really nothing you can do about it. Well, the one thing I could have done about it was I could have just not taken that false god modifier, but I don't know. I just wasn't thinking. We'll do that. Take out these centaurs. Immune to spell damage is fine, and the portal has appeared. Let's just quickly get this over with. Yeah, whatever. Okay. We got a little bit lucky, because we were able to get our turns done. Everybody just run your macro. Run your macro. You can provoke, I guess. Everybody else can run their macros. God, I'm gonna be so happy when we never have to fight this guy again. I'm gonna be so happy when we're fighting him for the last time, and then it's like you never have to see his dumb face ever again. I mean, the design on this guy, the design on all the false gods is top-notch. I have nothing against the aesthetics of the fight, or even the concept of the fight. It's just that it unavoidably just like grinds the game down to a halt, and you're just waiting for turns to pass, which isn't the most fun thing. But like, games are allowed to have one enemy, like one boss in a long game. You can have one boss that can do stuff like this. This game unfortunately has two of them. It's not just Jotun, it's also Lister. But you know what? It's okay. So we get another duplicate card, and 6,000 Nature Guild rep. It's pretty good. Hunt mission ready to go. And let's go up and around. And I think we're just about ready to leave, but we'll hit a few of the things in this realm. And let's go down. Yoink some of this stuff. I guess we'll hit you as well. Getting favor still is a worthwhile thing to do, because I do want to hit level 100 with all the gods. I don't know if I'm prepared to... Well, I guess there's some wood right here. So we'll give you some wood, and then I think... Whoa, easy. Give you the wood, and now we'll head back. Hand in the hunt. Start a new project. I guess we still don't have enough for another synthesis, really. Well, we gotta start something. I guess I'll start, I don't know, experiment mission. And now all we're doing is we're waiting for one project of any kind to get finished. And the next thing to get finished is going to be the assassination. I wish it was like anything else but that. Because assassinations they take a long time to do. Anyway, we're gonna immediately start another bounty against Jotun. We're gonna keep fighting this guy until he has no more anointments left to give us. 2981 is where we will find this Joker. Okay. Are we ready? Well, hang on. There's something we had to destroy, right? There was 201. Yeah, and then everything else here has a traits. Let's just make sure there's nothing else I'm forgetting. Whoop. Nah, 290. Destroy that as well. Get that done. There we go. And you know what? Actually, how much currency do I have? 13 million glamour. All right. Stardust, 31 million piety. How much does it cost? Make your relics more powerful. Increase the amount of stats your relics increase. Increase your relic stats by 1. And see, I don't know if stat increase is I think I might have been misinterpreting it. I think this, when it says stat increase, it refers to spells or things that increase your stats after combat has already started. And I think this might be subject to diminishing returns, if I'm thinking about it correctly. So maybe we don't want to increase this that much. Stat bonus, I think, just straight up gives you more stats at the start of combat, and then that is your sort of your floor. That, you know, diminishing returns is then based on, and the higher this is, the, you know, the higher you can go, kind of. And synergy is just good, I guess. So let's raise this to 300. I think I was holding the button down, but I think it's quicker to just mash the button. Alright. And then we'll do some synergy. Oh yeah! Do we even have relics equipped? Do any of our... Oh, we have Bloodseeker, right. So, remind me, what does Bloodseeker do? Does it increase stats? It does. After the bearer gains maximum health, your other creatures gain maximum health. So, and we have Bloodseeker on... who, exactly? On number 6. And when we cast Clayman on him, you know what? You know what? Because we're using Bloodseeker, I think it is worth even bumping up stat increase bonus. And we're spending a lot of piety to do this. We had like 30 million, and now we're down to below 25 million. But that's, first of all, that's still a lot. Second of all, there's nothing else to spend our piety on. I still want to keep it, just in case new things open up in future updates for things that you can dump your piety into. But for now, we made ourselves a little bit stronger, and we no longer have... we have a little bit less piety. You're just sitting there, burning a hole in our pocket. With that done, 390 is going to be a good bonus to take on Spoonor in the Astral Gallery. Alright. Alright, so let's open this. Let's open this. Let's open this. And let's fight Pandora. I think we'll get more treasure, and then the guy is going to run away. Alright. So that was fun. Right. We gotta finish this realm and hand in our assassination mission, and then hand in our Rune of Prophecies. And then start a new Rune of Prophecies. Alright. Let's go inside this portal realm. It's another good source of loot. Let's hit you. Go up, open this stuff. Nothing there. Oh my god, alright, come on. You are... oh, you're just a random civilian, alright. Champion enemy, I don't really care much for you. Oh, but... the champion enemy got insta-killed by something. Which I think also got rid of his immunities or something, because he did resurrect, but I think he then just immediately died again. That's kind of weird, but whatever, it's fine. We got another champion enemy. All right, let's take out Spoonor. There we go, assassination ready. I don't think we're gonna be completing any other missions because none of them are close. I really wish I could hold on to this assassination mission. But we just gotta. We just gotta suck it up. Alright. I think we're ready to just leave. If you can remember where the exit is, or find the exit if we haven't been there already. Yeah, let's let us do that. I'm skipping some of this combat just because I want to get through a little bit quickly. I know I'm leaving behind potential favor to get with the gods, but the favor is a long-term project anyway. You gotta get rid of that. The favor is a long-term project anyway, and we've done some pretty good work in getting our favor up with all the gods. We are 80 or above with everybody, which is pretty good. I will try to find this thing though, because this is a good way to get a nice little boost. But where the fuck has it gone? Oh god. Okay. Well, I guess if I'm backtracking, I might as well hit these guys. Guess I might as well hit these guys. 75 favor. There we go. A good amount of favor. And let's just leave. Alright. I'm pretty happy with how this realm went. Yes, let me quickly hit you. More favor, more trick. Where's... oh my god, come on. I hate it when realms have these sections that don't connect to each other. I feel like the map generating algorithm should be tweaked so that it gives more connections between rooms. If there's an easy way to do that, I think that could make the game a little bit more fun. Alright, let's hand this in. Odaxial. Alright, let's crush. It was 173, I think. Yeah. What I'll do is I will save. And I'm gonna hand in my Rune of Prophecies. That's 12 lines. Pretty happy with that. Let's take a look at the new Rune of Prophecies. It's not asking us for an assassination. It does want us to kill a specific false god, which we'll only be able to kill next episode. This is probably going to be like 2 raid missions. Yeah, we're not going to be doing 2 raid missions, nor are we doing... You know what? Fuck this. I'm going to restart to get a more favorable Rune of Prophecies that we can get a better completion percentage on. I want there to be at most 1 thing that is uncompletable, not 2 things. So it took, what, like 20 seconds for us to reset. So let's hand it in. Let's take a look at the new one. The Ancestor Arena Combat. Honestly, I will grudgingly do Arena Combat. Only 1 Forage mission. And the rest is fine. We'll keep this. We'll keep this. Let's get the Arena Combat done, boys. Hopefully we get a nice... Commander, Rhodian Creature Master. Oh no. I thought we could like choose our master. I was thinking like, can we pick the Master of Banshees? Do you have any like spells or shit? No? Oh. Okay, well, this is a little bit annoying. We were given a really dumb, like, master. The Warhog Master is not a... it doesn't seem like it's a good offensive attack-based master, which is what I prefer. Although I guess it depends on who you're fighting, because all of your creatures are the same class. If you run into somebody that's that has a class advantage against you, then they can just give you a bit of a hard time. Alright, so how are we on? Fuck off, dude. We have to win 4 more? Well, I'm done fighting with masters. That's way too slow. I'm gonna go back into the Infinite Arena. What is it? What's the Wild Arena? I don't know, dude. All creatures in the draft belong to... Oh, actually, that's good, because aren't Banshees death? Phobos? Oh, well, you know, I'll take the Banshee. Empowered Chain Lightning, there we go. I'll see if I can find another Banshee. Well, I'll take a Gunslinger. Impaler Banshee sounds pretty good. Right, so we got 2 Banshees. We got a really cool party. I'm big fan of that. Yeah. Should have just done this the first time around. 3. 4. 5. And I think that's it. Okay, we gotta see the wild arena. It was a good time. But now we're done. Actually, no, we got some gambling to do. We gotta do scratch cards. And I think that's the only one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is the part that slows down the episode. Getting yourself situated. Nice. Getting yourself situated for the next Rune of Prophecies. Alright, next what we gotta do is what do we want to do? We wanted to set a new assassination. We're still doing God spawns. We're almost done, but we are still doing the last 3 of them. We killed a Daxiel, and I think the last one is 8004. So there's that done, and character 5 out of 5 seems to be good. And let me look at. Are we doing a forge mission? We're not doing a forge mission. So what I'll do is I'll go to my projects. Let's just cancel the experiment and start a forge. And now, finally, we are ready to go into the realms. And we're going to be slowed down again because we got to get some divination candle kills, which is excruciatingly slow in this realm. Sorry, in this post 2.0 update, because it reduces the amount of creatures you can summon per round. Oh, I had 362 and I botched it. But you know what? We're just going to keep rolling. Three, 2, 5, not good enough. Three, 5, 1 is good enough. Let's go to random realm. We gotta remember, after we kill Caliban, sorry, after we kill Jotun, or after we beat Jotun, the next bounty we set has to be against Caliban. Alright. We also have to get a lot of candle kills done. And conveniently, the candle is right here. So, what do we need to kill? We gotta kill lots of life creatures, a fair amount of death creatures, lots of chaos creatures, and a smaller amount of sorcery creatures. What we're gonna do is we're gonna summon some life and some chaos. Man, come on. Why is this so stupid? Like, this is yeah, I think I'm gonna leave some feedback in the Discord that if you're gonna lower the amount of creatures that you can summon in a realm, you also need to lower the amount of creatures that you need to kill for the Rune of Prophecies, because this isn't working, right? You can't lower one without lowering the other, right? Because if there's a hard cap on the creatures, which presumably is for performance reasons, that's not a good reason to stop the player from doing a thing that the game is literally asking it to do, right? Like, you can't be like, oh, kill 20 candle enemies, and then you can't even summon 20 in one realm. Like, come on. Come on, game. Come. Motherfucker. God, that was annoying. Well, we killed him. Have I even found a single one of my candle summons? Well, there's one. Or do we need to find buried treasure is another good question to ask ourselves. The answer is yes, we need to find 2 of them, in fact. Alright, let's clear out some more space in this realm by killing some dudes. Alright, get some more treasure out of you, kill some more dudes. The more dudes we kill, the more space we make. The more space we make, the more guys we can summon. The more guys we summon, the quicker we can get this stuff done. Then we don't have to do it again. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the candle, summon some more people. And some more dive bombers. How many creatures are there in the raft? There's too many. Let's kill a couple of these guys. Alright, we can summon some more. Let's get some chaos creatures on the field. That seems fine. And how are we, for the thing? Only... Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Alright. At least now we're past 10. Let's see. Do we need to kill treasure golems? Is another question. And then we'll summon some, I don't know, man, some death creatures probably. Just to speed it up a little bit more. Let's collect the buried treasure. Oh my god, I did not want to get into this combat. Oh my god. Real annoying. Alright. That wasn't even one of our summoned creatures. That sucks. Alright. And now we need to summon... We'll summon a few of everything. We'll get some... a few death, a few sorcery. In fact, we're almost dead. Faraway Enclave is Lister. I should check to see if I needed to summon or answer Riddle Dwarf questions correctly, and I did. So I'm glad I did check that. Okay. Okay. Actually, we might be done with this nonsense. Nope, we need to kill one more. I'm not gonna run around the realm looking for garbage. I'm just gonna summon... I'm gonna summon a few death, and there's one right there, but just to balance it out, I'm just gonna maybe snipe out a sorcery creature on the way to the exit. And it seems like we will indeed get that done. So another chore out of the way. Sure, let's kill a few more. Oh, how we're not even done with the realm. What am I doing, dude? Is this realm glitched? Where haven't I been, man? And now all of these guys I summoned are gonna be getting in my way. No, it's not. It's not glitched. It was just there. Now we're done. Get the fuck out of my way. Keyforge ready to hand in. Is there a reason to... Yes, because we have that. Alright. Okay, let's get this done. And I think there was another stone that we had to destroy. Let me just check. 234. Alright, yeah, let's destroy that. 2, 3, 4, you're out of here. Alright. Next realm. Oh, I had 395 and I botched it. I'm a little frazzled by all of the grinding I had to do in the last round. I need to slow down. I've got plenty of time. I've got a whole extra hour before I have to leave for work. There's so much time. Just chill. Just relax. .360 is gonna be good enough. Chance to resist damage sucks. But what are you gonna do? Alright, what do we got to do in this round? We gotta kill some sins. Oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare, man. Every enemy in this realm is gonna have a chance to resist damage. 267, I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're done summoning. We just gotta find the sins. I'm not gonna get into any optional combat in this round because it sucks. We're just gonna... Oh my god. We're just gonna go around, kill the master, get the realm quest done, and then we're just gonna leave. Motherfucker, what a horrible realm to run into these clowns. What an awful realm to run into these guys. But they're dead. Out of my way. Okay. Let's go up, nothing there. Let's go down. So what exactly do we need? We don't need Pandemonium Shrines, nor do we need... Well, no, we do need Nether Portals. 4 of them, which is probably not going to happen. But, you know what? We'll hold out hope. But there's a good chance that that is going to remain uncompleted. It's a very luck dependent. Whether you can get the whether you can get 4 nether portals to show up in the like 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds that you're gonna do in between when you start the Rune of Prophecies and when you hand it in. Alright. Once we're done. Where's the exit? There's the exit. No, we're not done. Where's this thing, dude? Have I walked past it? I have walked past it. It's right there. Right there! We're done with this horrible realm. I will hand in the training mission. Start a new training mission. 361 is gonna be good. Hey, we're back in the Arachnid Nest, and we're gonna get the buried treasure done. Good to get that out of the way. Alright. Extra trait realm kind of sucks. Sucks big time, but we'll get through it. Let's take out this mimic. Take out these dudes. We don't need... I'm not gonna fight the treasure golem. He can just stay the hell away from me. I do need to take out the stuff that's around him. Unfortunately, there's a good chance that he's just gonna run straight into us. Oh my god. Triple shield bearer Nephilim group, really? With extra traits? Get out. Get out of here. Alright. 2 seconds. Man, there's too many nether stones. There's way too many nether stones. Way too many nether stones. Ooh, is that the Elemental Master? I think it might be. Hey! No, it's the Mimic Master pretending to be the Elemental Master. That's rude. I don't mind fighting the Mimic Master. We do have 3 Mimics in our party. So it's even more valuable to us than it was when we were running the Animator party with only 1 Mimic. The triple Mimic situation is pretty good. Because all of them... Fuck off. Fuck off, dude. Yeah, I was gonna say, all of the Mimics will benefit from the extra mastery from beating the Mimic Master. Alright. We can leave this realm, and I think we will. But let's just walk around a little bit. Smash some stuff. I guess I'll take out you. And let's head home, because there's a couple of nether stones that we need to destroy. I've already forgotten what the rarity was. 267? I think there was one more? 273. Gotta make sure. Ooh, neither of these have traits. Oh no, this one I locked specifically because I wanted to test it, and I still haven't done that. Well, there's too much stuff to do in this game, but there's definitely gonna be, when we have more of the achievements done and we're like running out of other objectives, there's gonna be plenty of time for theory crafting and experimentation. But for now, we got a job to do. There's another one of these, and I believe everything except the first one gives you piety. Glory. Oh shit, I messed up. What was the I guess it doesn't really matter. We get more piety than that for just completing regular realms and, you know, destroying the nether stones that we find. God, I was wondering why these guys are so annoying, and of course it was because they are protected. Powerful adversary. What are the people in this realm fused with that's making them so annoying? Unsullied Meadows is Aeolian. Alright. Killed some more dudes. What are they fused with? Kraken. Maybe Kraken enemies are just really tanky. That might be it. Alright, we gotta kill one last enemy, and let's take out the Angel Master for the 17th time. Alright, let's go down here. Another duplicate card. Found a lot of those in this episode. Alright, we get a couple of... Well, we get one of these mini-boss rounds. I think there's going to be a couple of them. Yeah, something's weird about the enemies in this round. They're way too tanky. And I don't know what's causing it. I don't like it. Alright. I'm not a fan of enemies that force you to take a second turn to kill them, because that adds up to a lot of your time getting wasted, especially if a lot of the enemies in the realm are doing the same thing. Alright. Alright, I think we're... Ooh, let's quickly hit this, and then I think we're done. I don't know why I'm going so far off. I think we should just be looking to wrap up this realm. Hopefully this connects back to the main part. Yes, it does. All of that for one chest. Not really worth it. Not really worth it. Not even gonna fight this last dude because there's no reason to. So let's take out Deathwalker, and then the realm after that we'll take on Jotun. And then we'll have a good time. Right, let's blitz through this realm quick as we can. There's the master already. Are they fused with elementals? No, electropods. Okay. Because they had the fuck off. Yeah, this guy's immune to... Do you not have Clayman? Oh, you do have Clayman. There we go. Well, that was really annoying. At least it's over. Yeah, our spell gems are sealed in this realm, so we might have to manually cast Astral Dimension. We gotta keep an eye out for that, because we did swap out our spells so that Greater Dispel was being cast instead of Astral Dimension in our top 5. Oh god. Please. Okay. Yeah, I really don't like fighting treasure golems. It's not worth the trouble. Alright, boys. We got a Pando Shrine. Another treasure golem? Dude, come on. Hopefully this one was spawned far away from us. Or maybe into a place that we've already completed, so that, like, you know, we can just stay away from it. Alright. Let's go up and around, grab this stuff. I'd rather not even fight these Void Lords, to be perfectly honest. Alright, what do we got here? Okay. Another terrible Netherstone. Man, what the fuck is this boss? Have I walked past it, or have I just not seen? There's her. Now we finally have enough to start another Nether Synthesis mission. Jolly Old Giant, duplicate card, 430 with the no traits. What an anticlimax. But at least we'll get a good amount of piety for it. There's our boss. There's our boss. Alright, let's take him out, and then we're gonna have to do some stuff. I'm just gonna let that guy go. The question is he gonna let me go? Looks like yes. Alright. Now, What do we need to deal with? Was it just the one stone? I think it might have been just the one stone. Rarity 430. Let's just get that out of the way. 430. Blam, a cool 25 grand. And we'll take out Jotun. Over back here. Alright. Take out Jotun, and then we gotta set a bounty against Caliban. The 75% health damage is also much higher than it needs to be. It's not... like, you have to have end game level things, like end game level build, like deep end game level build, in order to be able to comfortably deal with that. And on one level, the argument is, okay, if you don't have such a build, then just don't pick it. But the problem is that these runes that you get, like these choices you get, are random. And it's entirely possible that all three of them will be things that you're just not able to deal with through no fault of your own, right? You're trying to make a good build, but you just don't have the pieces just yet. You don't have the creatures unlocked yet. Maybe some of the creatures are even locked behind false gods themselves. And you're trying to kill them, and then the game makes it impossible for you by just... yeah, I really don't think there was any need to... like... just arbitrarily increase the stats for these false god difficulty modifiers. And not only that, but they took away... there used to be a safe third option that you could pick that didn't change the false god stats. Now that's gone. Now all of them are things that make the false god stronger. And if you get a really bad roll, then all of them, like, depending on how advanced your build is, there might be like 3 or 4 of those modifiers that you absolutely cannot take because they'll make the fight unwinnable. And now there's a chance that all 3 of them will show up, and you have to pick one of them. And then at that point, like, you just forfeit the realm. Yeah, I don't think there was any need to go that extreme. They should the dev should have done it like you did with Diablo. If you think the main bosses are too easy, then introduce another layer of super bosses. Oh, you think the Ubers are too easy? Well, sorry, you think the regular bosses are too easy? How about you fight these other, stronger versions of Andariel and Duriel, etc., and then you use them as a way to farm keys to fight even stronger bosses, which are in fact the Ubers. And then there's also D-Clone, the one that drops the Annihilus Charm. That's a special random event boss. And I guess Xantai is kind of this game's version of that. So that's fine. But in terms of the escalating level of difficulty, you don't necessarily need to make the existing bosses stronger in ways that distort the game balance. Just add a whole other level of bosses. Like add Ubers, And what's wrong with adding Ubers in this game, Just do it. Right. Zante rules over the refuge. Raven, Ritualist, I'm pretty sure is gonna be sorcery. Now we just gotta get one of these 2 correct. Azural rules over the frostbite. And now I don't give a fuck what this guy's gonna say. Dark Tranquility sounds like death. Well, don't care. Don't care. I got what I needed. I'm just gonna leave. Alright, dude, let's get this out of the way. Everybody just do the macro. Actually cast, I don't know, Archangel's Blessing. You can provoke. Everybody else do the macro. Do the macro. Alright. He's been locked down. He's been locked down in devastating fashion. And the fight is now over. And we're gonna just pick whatever's at the top. Initiation right, sure. Heaping treasure gives us 6,400 nature guild reputation, takes us to 2,434. Good. And we have a pilgrimage ready to hand in, which I will do. Just give me a moment. Let's take a look around. Nothing really that exciting. Not really that interested in getting into optional combat right at the end of the episode, because I do believe we're gonna have a little bit of wrap up to do. No nether stones to take care of, that's fine. Pilgrimage. Alright. So we're still doing our forge mission. I'll start the next nether synthesis mission just to have it going. And we're also going to start another pilgrimage with somebody who's at rank 80. Alright. And we're running all of our projects. We gotta set a bounty against... Oh, the Ancestor. Caliban was in that one rune of prophecies that I think I... like, quit the game and forced it to give me a new one. The Ancestor, I'm okay fighting this dude. I don't think he has that much left to give us. But I do think there are a couple of anointments left. So, you know what, we'll fight him, no problem. And now... I think we're good. I think we're fine. Forage mission, death creatures. Forage mission is going to take a few rounds to do. And while we're doing that, we'll get closer to the next Caliban fight. Alright, let's take a look at what we accomplished this episode. Recent achievements. We beat the Master of Effigies. And I think that's the only other achievement we got other than the Gladiator achievement. So we're making a little bit of progress on that. Let's take a look at some of the other things that we've been trying to make progress on. How are we doing for... We are at 44,500 resource nodes and roughly double that for destructible objects. We're pretty good on treasure chests as well. We've gone past 80,000 for rerolls at the teleportation shrine, so that's pretty good. That's looking pretty nice. Let's look at our creature parts achievement. We are at 6.37. Not sure if we've made any progress at all. Let's take a look at our our character achievements. We handed in 1 Rune of Prophecies. It puts us at 378 runes completed overall, along with 2,814 overall prophecy lines. So we're slowly chipping away at that. This is going to be one of those achievements that's going to take a lot of doing and potentially off-screen grinding, but I'll talk more about this next episode. So at the start of next episode, we're gonna just take stock, right? It's gonna be I think a good way to center ourselves. But for now, I think we're just gonna call it good. We went through the realms. We got the stuff done that we needed to get done. We had to do some arena combat along the way. We had to quit the game and get it to give us a less garbage Rune of Prophecies at one point. A few other things that delayed us a little bit, but overall, I think we're doing okay. How long has it been going? An hour and 30 minutes, so it is a bit on the longer side as far as episodes go, but I think I'm pretty happy with it overall, and we're gonna call it good. So what we're gonna do is, next episode we are gonna start by just taking a look at some of these achievements that remain to be completed, and just looking at like what are the big roadblocks, what are the ones that are basically gonna take off-screen grinding, and I'll sort of like brainstorm ways to do them in a way that also works with the series overall. So that's gonna be the plan for next episode. For now though, I'm pretty happy to call it good. I'm pretty happy to call it here. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you Thursday for the next episode, and until then, take care.